friends would stay if they would be staying with her. We just kind of co-opted it for the year of a million dreams. And because this is Cinderella's royal guest bedroom, you're going to notice some special things that are memories of her journeys that she's taken. But of course, the first thing you see is her coach. We took out the horses and we made it into an elevator because we wanted to make sure Cinderella understood the things that we're adding to her castle. So this is the royal carriage that takes us up to the castle suite. Now, of course, being Cinderella's royal guest bedroom, you'd have pictures and mementos from her lifetimes and travels. And the single most important memento to Cinderella is her glass slipper. That is the sole remaining glass slipper that was used in the filming of the movie Cinderella. If you remember, Lady Tremaine dropped the other one, shattered into a million pieces. So that's the last glass slipper we have, size 7.5. Directly underneath that is her coronation crown and scepter from when she married Prince Charming and became a true princess. And directly underneath that is some hand-blown glass pumpkins on loan from the fairy godmother. They're here to help us remind Cinderella of her humble roots, because just as a simple scullery maid can become a grand princess, a pumpkin can become a beautiful carriage. Now, I don't know how humble her roots are when that one's 14 karat gold, but what are you going to do? Straight from the Disney archives, they're standing on. So you're walking down here, you can say you're walking on gold.
Gold, yeah, streets are paved with gold.
Exactly. Right. Of course, this is also where the carriage. Come on in. Welcome to the Cinderella Castle Suite. Now, the most difficult thing about building a suite here in Cinderella Castle is the fact that this is a 300-year-old French castle. And unfortunately, there are things that belong in a modern hotel room people expect, but Cinderella's never heard of. Things like television, CD, alarm clock, radios, high-speed internet access. Cinderella's like, what? So whenever possible, we did our best to hide those things behind what was already here. So this portrait of Cinderella is hung high above the fireplace for many, many, many years. We just added a magic wand. And with the touch of a button on a magic wand, we can cast a spell on this portrait to turn it into their television, or a DVD player, or even a spot where they can watch the fireworks. But this is more than just a magic wand for controlling a simple portrait. It can also turn the lighting to the most comfortable level for you, as well as turn the fireplace on and off. And the fireplace itself is magical because the embers of the fire go up to form fireworks near the top every 85 to 90 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
There's some
Look at that.
fireworks.
See that, Rebecca?
Of course, if you lift up the top of that 18th century style tapestry box, go ahead, you can't hurt it, you'll find this CD alarm clock radio, as well as the phone next to it. The phone itself is important because the guest gets 24-hour concierge service. Anything they require over the course of their stay, they dial 0, go straight to their concierge. But we also want them to be able to call their friends at home and gloat. So you get complimentary long-distance calling. So you can call your friends back, you never get from stay. We get that a lot. Also, if you have friends internationally, you get complimentary international phone calls as well. So call all your friends, whether they be in Japan or Oklahoma. Over here, you're going to find my favorite thing in the entire castle. This desk is over 350 years old. It's a genuine antique. Came straight from Thailand. So old, in fact, that if you're going to open it, you have to pull out these supports. But when you do, inlaid into the desk is their high-speed internet access, as well as some ports so you can plug in a laptop. Now that you've seen this, please don't tell Cinderella we drilled holes in the back of her 350 desk. She doesn't know.
Do you know what kind of wood it's made of?
In all honesty, I do not. I've seen the certificate of authenticity on it. If I were to guess, I probably wouldn't. Of course, from the royal parlor, you can look upon the Kingdom of Liberty Square, as well as Cinderella's Royal Kingdom of Fantasyland, through each of the 6 stained glass windows. And the stained glass windows themselves tell the story of Cinderella, starting at the Tremaine household, the invitation to the ball, the clock striking midnight, the glass slipper, Jacques and Gus Gus saving the day with the key, and most importantly, the happily ever after ending of Charming Castle. Now, if you ever wanted to get a closer view of looking down at the subjects here in the Magic Kingdom, we have a spyglass for you.
Ew, I want to do that.
Can it actually work?
Can we try it?
Certainly. It's a little hard to see through stained glass, but you're more than welcome. It's a little bit easier at night because the light doesn't reflect as much. All right. Now this couch is a one-of-a-kind piece. It was designed and built by our Imagineers. It folds out into a full-size bed, which is how we're able to sleep a family of 6 comfortably.
Okay.
But otherwise, this room is for the royal parlor that you can use to look at this magic mirror and preen. Of course, if you found yourself getting a little bored, you could grab the magic wand you see there. And press the Watch TV button. Once again, a magic television. We also have DVD players for both televisions here, and any Disney movie you wanted to watch, you call your concierge, and we'll be happy to provide that for you.
So Cinderella there.
Of course, and Cinderella 2 and 3 if you wanted to watch those. Hannah Montana, the movie, was played here last night. Had a 6-year-old girl loved Hannah Montana. If you found yourself getting thirsty, we do provide complimentary beverages as well for all the guests. Now, as the guest is being driven to the Magic Kingdom in their personal coach, okay, it's a Suburban, but still, personal coach, we'd also be finding out if they like any other types of beverages like orange juice, chocolate, milk, and we provide that for the guest as well. We want to make sure the guest feels their stay is tailored to what they would like to do. Now, another fun function. These are closets, and this is where the guest luggage would be stored. And since we are a hotel room, we also are legally required to have a safe. You'll find in here, as well as some extra pillows, extra blanket.
Might want her here.
Right. But you can't rent it, so it's, you have to.
Yeah, right.
We have to have it, but no one's ever used it to the best of my knowledge. There's also a function on this remote called fireworks, and when you press the fireworks button on this remote, it's going to pump the music from any fireworks show in the Magic Kingdom here into this room in full theater quality surround sound, and you can watch the fireworks through the stained glass windows. They look directly out into the fireworks launch location, making it the single most unique location to watch fireworks from. Comfy, right?
No, all right. Now
If you want to, this is royal luxury. If you want to take the single most relaxing bath of your life, the first thing you want to do is turn on the stars, and then you can spotlight the mosaics. And if you really want to do everything upright, you turn off everything but the mosaics and the stars, and then you can turn on the tub. To provide a full chromotherapy experience. Now, this is a full waterfall tub, and if the guest requests bubble bath, we can provide that for them. It's either princess themed or Cars themed. They both smell like grapes, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, turn on over here. We have antique rubbed copper hand basins that make up our hand basins here. And, of course, we provide all of our bath products by H2O Plus Spa. This is the Royal Throne, complete with canopy. And we have the Italian-inspired architecture of our shower.
Wow.
Looks complicated, it's not really. This controls the water pressure of this controls the water pressure of this, and this controls the temperature of both.
Very nice.
As you can see, it's not a very large room, but it is very well appointed, and as they say in real estate, it's location, location, location.
Exactly.
All right.
That would.
Put in a tapestry.
Take your time. That's all I have to show you, but if you want to take any pictures or anything else I can help you with, or any questions you have, by all means.
We should take a picture of ourselves on that, like sitting on the
Sitting on the sofas, they're very popular.
Yeah.
And this is our guest registry. And some of the things that we require from the guests are postcards, as well as these should be waiting on their beds when we're tracking from wherever they are. They get the complimentary there, as well as the tour guide to get from place to place. And these should be waiting with chocolates in front. And this would be what their room card looked like. Are you
So what it was before? I mean, did they have, what was the space before? Was it filming?
It was originally designed as in the blueprints for the castle, going way back into the 60s.
Yeah.
It was designed as an apartment for one. He wanted to have a place just like he had in Disneyland above the firehouse. He wanted to have a place where he could stay overnight in his park. But unfortunately, he passed away before this park was ever built. Roy Disney didn't want it. He didn't want to have anything to do with it. So he had this big empty room in the blueprints. They didn't want to redesign the blueprints, so they built a big empty room inside the castle. And the first people to move in 1971, were the operators for Vista United Telecommunications.
You know, to have the support, so it's actually built something in here.
Some of the biggest issues we had with building it all came from the plumbing and the electricity. Because there wasn't a whole lot of, there's electricity running through, and the room itself was much smaller. This
Look at that beautiful room. It's gorgeous, isn't it?
But in the end, we have our magic room, and people are astonished.